Good morning and welcome to Cincy Lifestyle on this Friday. You know what? Fridays are still good, Clyde. Even though we are locked in the house, I am still excited that it's Friday. And if you are watching today, you chose a great day to watch. We have a great show for you.
Yes, you did. And you're right. Fridays are always good no matter what. We do have a great show ahead for you. Hey, you know, we do like to have fun around here on this show. So for those of you parents who are homeschooling, I have a little something for you. Pay very close attention to what's about to pop up on the screen. And it's going to come up here in a second. There you go. Now, the caption reads, "This is Sue, 31 years old, homeschooling her kids for the last 5 days. Great job, Sue. Keep it up." Any parents out there sympathize? Okay, so I got another one, Mona. You know, we got to do these things in at least multiples of one. We got to at least have two. So here's the other one. This is, the other meme has to do with pets. And here's a cat who says, "Why are the annoying servants staying in my home all day now?" The annoying servants. Ever felt like you were your cat's servant?
Yes, I had a cat when I was little, and we were definitely her servants.
All right. Well, and then you've got one, I believe. Are you doing the guy with the nuggets, or are we holding that?
I do. You know what? Oh, I think we're going to go ahead and do the guy with the nuggets.
Okay.
And you know what, Clyde? What happened? Are we going to do the nuggets today, or are we going to save it to Monday?
I think I jumped the gun, Mona. It's my fault. I got things out of skew and out of kilter, and it's supposed to happen Monday. So we'll get to that. It's a fascinating story, folks.
Oh, okay. No problem.
Yeah, it's one you'll want to see. Gonna move ahead now just a little bit with a question. So have you been dabbling in any new DIY projects or hobbies while home? How about sauerkraut fermentation? It's good for the gut and your health. And Allie is here now to tell us how you can get your start. Good to see you, Allie.
Good to see you too, as always, Clyde. And I was initially supposed to take one of the Pickled Pig's Kraut 101 classes, but unfortunately that was postponed. However, we did decide to adapt and bring the class to you so you can learn to ferment from home. Take a look.
Down the middle, and anything that falls off, just put it to the side. 1 or 2 outer leaves you want to peel off, and then I'll show you what to do with them later. So once you created this nice flat surface, you run down and just kind of do like a rainbow cut. You want to go maybe like 1/8 of an inch thick, so you have nice texture. You don't want to go too thin because that will create a mushy, soft ferment. And if you go too large, it'll take a lot more work to work the salt into the cabbage. Good quality salt is important. So for every 5 pounds of cabbage, you want about 2 tablespoons of salt. And you just sprinkle it on, mix it in, and it will cover the cabbage. Fermentation is an anaerobic process. You don't want any oxygen hitting your ferment. So the more liquid brine you have on there covering your veggies, the better it will be protected from molds and undesirable things growing in there. So, flavorings. You can start getting creative and fancy. You can add fennel seeds. We make a caraway sauerkraut, which is a pretty classic sauerkraut. And now you're ready to pack it in your jar. Once you get started, 2 days into it, you want to start burping it, and you will do it every day or 2 for the duration of your fermenting. Burping the jar, the byproduct of fermentation is lactic acid and CO2. So CO2 is a gas, essentially lactobacillus farts, if you will. The gas will build up in your jar. You will see bubbles. You need to release it because it will blow your stuff up. It's powerful. You get a little bit in at a time. Then you take this nice tamper or your carrot or whatever vegetable you want to use, and you work the cabbage down. You don't want to fill the jar more than this. You want to leave about 1 inch or so because this will expand. And then, so we're gonna actually make sort of a blanket and a protective barrier for the cabbage. So if it does happen to grow a little mold that you can catch, it'll be on these top leaves and not on your actual cabbage that you're gonna eat. We're gonna need more brine, and that's easy to do. You just cold water and salt. The ratio for a 3% brine is a quart of water to 2 tablespoons of sea salt. So once it's all dissolved, you just pour it in here, make sure everything's covered, and you still want to leave a little bit of room with the brine itself. If you're using one of these 2-piece lids, you will put it on, tighten it, and then go a quarter turn back. And the reason why you go a quarter turn back is when the CO2 starts to build up, it will put a lot of pressure on this lid, and if it's tight all the way, you'll probably will not be able to get it off. You're shooting for 65 to 70 degree room, so your ferment is nice and happy. And then you also want to maybe put a plate or a bowl underneath your jar, because there will be brines and things coming out, and you don't want to make a mess. Go to your fridge, get your jar out, get a fork, and go to town.
So, Allie, you know what captured our attention here in the studio at WCPO.
I have a strange feeling it was burping the jar. Is that right, Clyde?
That's right. One of our crew here wanted to know if you sit it on your lap and pat its back. Is that how you do it?
This is like, let me just, right here. I'm ready for the ferment farts. Every 2 days, I've been babysitting this. And it's been interesting. He's right. You can kind of see on the bottom, it's releasing some of that juice, so to speak. And I learned quite a bit. I was definitely bummed that I wasn't able to take the class. They do plan on continuing to do the classes in the future, which is exciting, and hopefully I can chime in on that when it's up and running. But they have over 15 different krauts that they serve there, and you can get really fun and creative with it, and they kind of gave me that whole lowdown, which was exciting. I'm not sure if you fermented on your own.
Well, like, what's the most fun of all of those bizarre combinations?
So, this is a good one. He had mentioned that he had actually tried a strawberry and fruit ferment. So usually, I've never tried a strawberry or fruit ferment before, or a kraut before. And normally you get the cabbage and the carrots and the basics like we saw today. And he paired it, I believe, with a cheesecake. And this was a while back, but Libby, Gary's wife, and their owners and partners of the Pickled Pig said it tasted tremendous. So I thought that was a really, really interesting one, but they're not jarring that one, so to speak. They do have all their jars at the shop, and checking out the Pickled Pig online is the best way to go to see everything that they have to offer in their future classes.
All right. You know what? I am having an issue right here. So, Clyde, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and read the intro to this, and we'll fix it in just a second.
No problem, Mona. I am happy to fill in for you. Hey, as you know, and this is what Mona would have said, as you know, the Hubble telescope just turned 30 last week, and today it is National Space Day. So, in honor of these two cosmic celebrations, we wanted to take a look back at one of our favorite places, the Drake Planetarium. So take a look.
The outside of Norwood High School looks pretty average, but inside lives a unique, rare educational experience for students across the tri-state. It's Drake Planetarium, a 30-foot hand-plastered dome theater surrounded by 70 seats that immerses you into the night sky by means of innovative video productions. It's only one of few plastered domes left in the U.S. But you may also be wondering, how did it even get there?
It's a little unusual. And a lot of these planetariums have closed across the country, but we had a visionary for a superintendent who decided that he wanted to build a planetarium inside of the high school when the building was built, and that was Bill Pace. So as time went on, situations changed, economics changed, and a group of interested citizens and school districts decided that they wanted to have this facility available to all other schools so that anybody could come in from the general public. In order to do that, we had to form a nonprofit foundation, and that is the same foundation that runs this facility, plus a lot of other activities throughout the greater Cincinnati area.
Drake Planetarium's mission is to provide cutting-edge technology and STEM experiences for children pre-K to grade 12, along with the general public. They have over 30 crafted STEM programs covering topics such as the planetarium, engineering, robotics, and more. And they really focus on being hands-on. However, the best part is many of these programs are mobile, and they'll come to you.
And we take the moonscapes and the Marscapes into the classrooms and into the gyms with our portable planetarium. And it's an overall learning experience where kids learn about topography, geology, the entire Artemis project, what's going on with the Artemis project, which of course is the moon project that's coming up in 2024. And so we take the science to them so that they get a current events, and they can also interact with a lot of our online scientists from NASA. By doing the hands-on, it really creates a good base for them retaining the information and then using the information for something else.
There are only a handful of competitions in Ohio for artists with developmental disabilities, but a few Butler County artists placed in the top 5 for the 2020 Art and Soul exhibition, and we're joined by one of those artists, local artists now. Melissa Talley is here with us this morning. Melissa, good morning, and thank you for being with us.
You're welcome.
So, Melissa, tell us a little bit about the work you did, and I think it is called Icy Drape. What materials did you use to make this?
Fuchsia grass.
Okay, all right. And can you tell me a little bit about how long it took you to make this?
2 days.
Ah, okay, couple of days. Now, I got one more question for you. So you made this one out of glass, but what are some of the other materials you like to use?
I like to do clay.
Okay, all right, clay. And so when you found out you were in second place, how did that feel?
Great.
Okay, all right. And now we're going to make a quick camera shift to Stephen Smith. So talk to me a little bit about the significance of having 5 artists placed so highly and so well in a competition like this.
Well, it's pretty major for us. We're very proud of the 5 that ranked and also the 11 artist pieces that were selected overall. The Art and Soul competition has gone statewide as of, I believe, 3 years ago. So we're talking about a competition for artists with disabilities across the whole state of Ohio. And what's really amazing for us is that only 45 pieces were selected total. So the fact that 11 came from InsideOut Studio is awesome. No other word for it, just awesome. And then I'm so proud of Melissa, who took second place. We also had 2 other artists that took 3rd and 5th place as well. So I couldn't be happier for the studio and our artists as well.
Stephen, what do you hope comes out of this in terms of helping people understand the capabilities of those who have developmental disorders?
I definitely think it showcases their abilities. I mean, the word disabilities in its sense is negative, so we like to focus on the abilities and what people can do and what they can add to quality of life and beautifying our society specifically for InsideOut Studio. But bigger picture, it showcases what those with autism, Down syndrome, various disabilities can and are capable of doing and puts a spotlight on that.
All right, I'm going to ask you to switch back to Melissa because I have one quick question for her before we go. Question is, what are you going to make next?
What am I going to make next, Steve?
That's up to you.
Haven't quite made up your mind yet. Okay, that works, that works. Waiting for the creative inspiration. Well, Melissa, Stephen, thank you both so much for being here with us today.
Thank you.
Congratulations to them. Well, coming up here on Cincy Lifestyle, one of the stars from the hit show Married to Medicine will be right here. Dr. Jackie Walters will help us kick off Women's Health Week. She'll tell us about some of the top issues women face and how to fix some of these problems. All that and more right after the break. Well, this year, National Women's Health Week comes as the pandemic is all across the nation. And that's why it's more important than ever to recognize the issues affecting women's health, according to our next guest. And I want to welcome to the show Dr. Jacqueline Walters, a practicing OBGYN in Atlanta, who is one of the stars of the Bravo's hit show, Married to Medicine. Thank you so much for talking to us. And I'm going to jump right in. What can women do to improve their health?
I'm an OBGYN, and as an OBGYN, I treat issues pertaining to women's health. And of course, I put a lot of advice in my book, Queen V, Everything You Need to Know About Sex, Intimacy, and Down There Health Care. But the one thing women need to know is we are natural caregivers. But my advice is self-care is your best health care.
All right. Well, what are some of the healthier choices that women can make that they're not making right now?
Now, I treat women daily, and I love recommending medicines that offer plant-based relief. Unlike many other over-the-counter relief gels, boron arnica gel is odorless and non-greasy, and of course it relieves muscle pain and stiffness, but it also reduces swelling from injuries and discoloration from bruising. I love offering this plant-based relief. It has an active ingredient, Arnica montana, which is a type of mountain daisy.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that, so that is really interesting. Well, as a doctor, tell me about some of the problems that you see that affect many women, but it's fixable.
Definitely many women are apprehensive about using tampons. I think they don't have the right information, but Tampax Radiant tampons up to 100% leak and odor free. So women can wear this and feel free and comfortable all day long and have great confidence. And they are committed to breaking the stigma around tampons by educating women about their periods and facts around tampons.
All right, so what tips do you have for women to make them healthier, that they can be a little healthier?
You can boost your immune system any time of the year by taking a vitamin, and in particular, Objectives Immune and Wellness. They include some of the top immune enhancers, elderberry, vitamin C, propolis, echinacea, and it comes in a gummy form for daily support. They have a fast-to-sleep chocolate made with a common GABA, which will relax your mind. They have saffron in it, which will promote undisturbed, better quality sleep. They'll deliver it right to the door. Free shipping. Use health code 25 and get 25% off.
All right, that sounds like a good deal. So we just have a couple minutes left. What are some things that women need to be aware of, or some symptoms that tell them they need to see a doctor?
Yes, women issues pertaining to dry skin is a big one. Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Lotion is made with the prebiotic oat and rich emollients, which will soothe and moisturize that dry skin for a full 24 hours. The prebiotic oat will help moisturize the skin and it restores the pH and replenishes the moisture barrier. And you can get this at Walmart under $10 at walmart.com.
All right, that sounds good. Can you tell us where we can go for more information?
You can go to tipsontv.com.
All right, Dr. Jacqueline Walters, thank you so much. Appreciate you coming on the show. Clyde?
We'll be back with more Cincy Lifestyle on the other side of the break. Plus, Cincy Lifestyle has full episodes of the show up on YouTube. Find fun segments you've never seen before or watch your favorites again and again. So subscribe now on youtube.com/Cincy Lifestyle. Stick around, we'll be back with more in just a moment. A little cloudy out there now, but there is reason to believe we might actually see some sun today and or tomorrow. Now, coming up next week here on Cincy Lifestyle, we're going to take a short drive to Lebanon and discover some really beautiful blooms. The marmalade lily is a wedding hotspot, but also has fields of flowers. We'll go back to, behind the scenes to see what it takes to grow these beauties. Plus, we'll get a lesson in flower arrangement.
Yeah, technology. So I'm going to have you read the next one as well because I'm having problems today.
Okie doke, no worries. We'll introduce you to some prominent pets. Cincinnati Magazine is highlighting community leaders and influencers along with their animal sidekicks. Going to talk to the magazine's editor to find out why pets So important to people, especially right now. All that, whole lot more happening next week right here on Cincy Lifestyle. Mona, enjoyed sharing the show with you today. I'm bringing out the wrench, and I'm gonna go to work on some of those technical issues so we can get you live in the show next week.
Thank you.
Happy to do it. Happy to do it. Well, thank you for joining us this morning. That is Cincy Lifestyle for this Friday, May 1st. We hope you check us out on all the social media platforms. We hope you have a great weekend, and we hope you start by making it a great day.
Thanks for watching our video, and if you liked what you saw, hit the subscribe button. You can also check out full episodes of the show you've never seen before, or watch your favorites again and again. And as always, we love to say it, make it a great day.